let me tell you up front, we did not want to make this video. We set off with high hopes for a very different type of video. A municipal client of ours we've had for many years called and said they were planning on bringing up a pump for service. It had been running at a state park without issue for decades and was due for maintenance. Now, we were there in 2004 when the pump was first installed and knew they'd used our NSF-certified Boreline FlexiRiser. We've even got the pictures to prove it, which you're seeing now. At that time, the crew spooled off the amount of hose they needed on the ground, attached the pump at one end, and anchored the other end to a pickup, and then just backed toward the hole. While that method still works, and it's fine for smaller jobs, we recommend using our FlexiRiser pump puller, shown in this video, for larger jobs. The FlexiRiser pump puller has a hydraulic-driven telescopic boom that makes the process a little more smooth, especially with larger pumps. The client asked us to come out with this unit for the pump removal. And we thought, what a great chance to show how well Boreline holds up after years of continuous use. So, we called our video guy and told him we wanted this momentous moment duly documented. We watched in anticipation as the crew of aspiring actors undid the connections and pulled the pump and hose from the ground, and then the sludge hit the fan. The Boreline had numerous pinholes and small blisters. Not at all the beautiful picture we would have liked to show our raving fans out there. So we shelved the footage for a while and thought about scrapping the video project. But there are things we can all learn here. First of all, we know our product, and we know exactly what causes this type of damage. It's chlorine. Boreline FlexiRiser is manufactured with polyurethane, which is not formulated for chlorine. Clearly, what had happened here was, at some point, somebody decided they should start shocking this well by treating it with large amounts of chlorine. And we're not talking about one time. This kind of damage would only happen from repeated exposure of unusually high amounts over long periods. And in this case, it was disastrous. However, even though the Boreline FlexiRiser was discolored and had many pinholes, it still worked. The customer did not even know there was a problem. It still moved a lot of water, and the pump did not fail from overuse. And perhaps more importantly, the hose didn't break and drop the pump down the well. Because while the water holding capacity of the Boreline is in the polyurethane material, the tensile strength is in the high tenacity polyester fibers. And the fibers were just fine. In fact, we trust the strength of those fibers so much, we don't even recommend a safety rope attached to the pump, as is the standard for nearly every other type of pipe installation. So the lesson here is, even when Boreline fails due to abuse, it keeps working. And do you know what product our client used when they reinstalled the pump at this location? Yep, Boreline again. Here are some shots of that, this time being installed with the Speedy Bolt, our smaller, more compact 110 volt unit. If not for the chlorine damage, they had planned to reuse the 20-year-old Boreline, and that would have been fine. But hopefully, they'll leave a note for the next well-meaning well maintenance worker. Don't dump huge amounts of chlorine down the well. And Boreline FlexiRiser will last for many, many years. And I don't think that's something we need to be ashamed of.